Boom, Daddy Makara's home. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Suman Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state specialist, which means that I help you feel your best and perform your best. Today we're talking all about routines into rituals, okay? I am an experimental sorcerer of sorts, okay? Sorcerer, S-O-U-R-C-E. I personally think that it's really important to be able to convert mundane things into magic. Magic is the opposite of victimhood, which means it's creation, okay? Creation is the fundamental law, okay? The first thing God said is, let there be light. He created. There was a spark from nothing to something. There was an alchemical process happening. So start to understand the power of creation, okay? Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Beginning, middle, and end. Okay? Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay? Including your rituals.
A supreme being in your consciousness.
My supreme being would be life. Life is the ultimate, because life is ever continuing. That's why the world is a circle. Because anything that is circular is always mobile. Life goes on. Vibes Cartel comes on the earth as kids. Vibes Cartel dies, his kids grow up, have kids, they die, and so on and so on. So I believe in life. Not in any one religious being or saying Jesus or saying I'm going to believe in Buddha, I'm going to believe in Allah. You know what I mean? Because when Vibes Cartel travels the world, I've been to Japan, millions of people in Japan, they don't know about Jesus. They have their own God. So in the Christian view, all of those people when they die, they would be going to hell. And in the Japanese view, all the Christians when they die, they would be going to hell. So that in itself alone is confusion. So I say Rastafari is a way of life. Rastafari is a way of life that is more acceptable to somebody like Vibes Cartel. It's not a religion, it's a way of life.
So you don't think it offers the spiritual fulfillment that many seek?
All right, in life, a lot of people seek answers for a lot of things that they can't answer. That is why religion is so viable. But viable to who? Mainly to the pastors who profit from the people's faith. Because they say faith is the evidence of things hoped for, and the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen.
So when you set up a ritual, the intent, your statement of intent, I wish to blank so that I can blank, in the context of blank, right? If you set a very clear statement of intent and sign it with the date, you can give some kind of a body DNA connection to it, an eyelash, a tooth, dead skin, saliva, blood, you name it. A lot of people in black magic like to use blood. The symbolism is just simply this: you are giving life force, right? You're giving a part of you to that intention, and it's starting off a chain reaction. It's starting off a process, right? It's kick-starting something in the ether. Whenever you burn something, excuse me, let me get some water. Splash, splash, okay? Let's get right back into it. What if I spoke in an Indian accent for this video? There are fundamental rules for you to follow in the magical gathering series, okay? You know what I think, bro? We as Bengalis have been brainwashed. You know why? Because the word for sun is beta, okay? Beta male, right? We're being programmed to be beta males. We are being programmed to be effeminate. And you might be like, oh, this is a conspiracy theory nutcase. What is he talking about? I think this goes a layer deeper, because as I'm starting to explore numerology, my mind is blowing, okay? My mind is literally blowing and then reconstructing itself. Understanding that I'm a number 8 gives me the understanding that my karma is immediate. What goes around comes around, okay? And that understanding, actually not even knowing that my, 2 and 6, like I'm born on the 26th of October, so I'll be 30 next month, right? So 26th, if you really look at that, 2 plus 6 is 8, okay? And that's what they do in numerology. They merge. They merge the numbers, they add the numbers together to create this sacred math. Everything is sacred math. It's really, really scary if you look into the Chinese Olympics and how they purposefully used 8 many times to depict wealth, okay, and abundance. So a very quick hack for you to use, and this is all coming from GG33, I believe his name is, Gary the numerologist or whatever, right? If you want to make more money in your company, start selling a product that is priced that adds up to 8. So like 350 something, right? 3 plus 5 plus 0, okay? So, you know, $53, right? Something like that, or $80, okay? You might have noticed that on certain places they put 88 cents at the end of it. Why do they do that, okay? I'm starting to understand all these wealth codes, by the way, after working with Ogmios, okay? Ogmios is my wealth deity, most connected to. He's the god of binding, okay? So he's the god, which basically he helps me get my followers, okay? Plain and simple, okay? I don't want to fabricate or overcomplicate things. That's what he helps us do, okay? His energy is very, very potent and powerful. And by understanding that if you can symbolize things, if you can energize using your breath, if you can become this creative mastermind, this walking creative mastermind, this minefield of ideas that just spark in your mind, you've got to give it some congruence, okay? Congruent, focused intent. That is what you need. You need will over willpower. Willpower is nonsense, okay? Willpower, I'm gonna push my will. No, it's just your will. It's bound to happen, as Agnias would say. It's bound to happen, okay? You are bound to it. It is bound to happen. So this actually gives me some feeling of freedom. As a man, I know that I want financial freedom, but it's more so a freedom connected to my feeling safe and secure in this world. That's what I'm really craving. That's what's underneath the surface. So if I feel safe in my physical body, right, my presence, my boom, I'm here, I'm on earth, I'm grounded, I'm down to earth, as you might call some people. And then you start growing and you start going up the levels of the chakras, okay? And if you understand that someone who's been through trauma, their chakras are all messed up, okay? You might not know this, you might be familiar with this, but I'm just sharing it with you on this channel because it's really, really important that we do that energetic work, okay? I was fine before energy work. My life was normal, okay? Kind of normal. More so, it was pretty trippy irregardless, but it was more normal than, let's just say, it turned into. Because as I started doing something called the Spiral program, we are going to bring Dane Thomas on the podcast at some point. I have sent him some messages. He's back in Australia, so let's see what he has to say. But yeah, man, his system, the Spiral system, really helped me to create my own system. And this is what a great teacher does, right? They give you a system that someone can take and also expound upon and expand on, right? And that's what I started to do with this tech, this muscle testing, this understanding of my own intuition, of my own physical body, of my own limits, okay? And so he was a magician. He understood that I can create and get myself out of this funk, out of this situation. I can test myself where I'm blocked, understand the mechanisms behind it, and help others along the journey by creating a systematic framework, which was similar to what we've done in Primal Sutra. Shout out Primal Sutra. Okay, I'm a co-founder of Primal Sutra. It is an epic project, okay, because we're making channeling mainstream, guys. You get that? Like, that is no joke. We're gonna get a lot of backlash for this, right? Oh, it's too fringe. Oh, it's parapsychology. Oh, it's blah, blah, blah. I don't care. If it works, right? Without side effects. Okay, the only side effects probably like you feel tired the next day, right, from energy work. What else, bro? Is it really that bad? Like, yeah, you need a day to get used to your new avatar, right? Your new hologrammatic self. So what, okay? That compared to years of struggling and holding all this emotional baggage and gunk inside of you, like not telling anybody, that's even worse, bro. I don't want to live like that. I don't think anybody does. But we do it to ourselves. We push it away. We push away our problems. We avoid looking at them. But the moment you start looking at them, that's when your life starts to shift. You feel me?
So I believe that there's entities out here that want to control us, to use us as a battery to basically keep them thriving and surviving through the galaxies. Everybody is not here to exchange and share love and to grow humanity, to expand consciousness. There's something called duality. Whenever you create light, darkness is a byproduct of that. Whenever you see something beautiful, there have to be a byproduct that look like something ugly. You got hot, cold, you have up, down, you have water, you have solids. So you have black, you have white. There's a polar opposite to each entity that ever lives inside of this reality. So if we are the children of light, then there have to be children of darkness. And this war been here since the beginning of time. Just by creating creation, you start conflict, because you can't create nothing that doesn't have a polar opposite. And they teach you this in biochemistry. You have electrons that's negatively charged. Then you have protons that's positively charged. You have hydrogen that's charged. Then you have oxygen. And if you add it to a hydrogen, it becomes negatively charged. So just us living and breathing inside of this universe, you always going to have that opposite.
So a ritual has a beginning, middle, and end, okay? A ritual is the understanding of an internal and external organization to make sure that everything is in alignment to get what you truly desire and want and prefer, okay? That's what a ritual is. It's the internal and external organization of what you want, okay? In the most aligned way possible. Everything's on a check mark, right? You have your qualifications set, you have your intent, your focus statement of intent, and you have the candles and all the other props if you need it, like a, ritual dagger or like a orgone crystal or something like that. You can charge energy with other idols, and it gets really complex. So that's your creativity as a magician, right? I'm not sitting here saying that you have to make your altar look exactly like this because this magical pantheon that I belong to is like this snobby, like, whatever, dude. Like, do it, understand the principles behind it, and then go forth and create. And that's what's helped me in my life, man, to be honest. Okay? I found a great list of this understanding also, that we have enemy years, and this year is actually my enemy year. And I'm doing fairly well actually in my enemy year, because I guess just my deities have been helping me along, but also astrologically I've just been really working on the areas that I've been missing, and to acknowledge your flaws and know that other people share those flaws is something called compassion confidence. I think I've mentioned this before in a video. However, very, very important concept to understand, okay? So when you ritualize something, you make it sacred, you make it holy, okay? You make it a holy moment. So it has a beginning, a middle, and end. Of Brahma, of Vishnu, the preserver, right? The maintenance, and then finally, the destruction. It ends. So be it, swaha. You end with something, okay? Either a so be it, swaha, it is what it is, aman, okay? Shalom, om shanti. You can do any of these. You just need a way to close the ritual off. Something you say to yourself. Some clap of the hands, some gesture that you do to end the ritual. You need something to start the ritual. Okay, some kind of music you play, maybe you change the mood, the lighting, the essence around you. That's the start of the ritual, the creation, the spark of insight, the ideas that flow in, right? You set everything up and boom, you're ready to go. The ritual is started, it's happening. Now you're not attached to it, you let it go. Boom, take your attention away, do whatever you're going to do. Obviously, the previous steps, you want to make sure that, there's no fire alarms, right? If you're burning incense or smoke, right? Just basic shit, right? What I am saying is make that ritual mean something to you. If you make a ritual meaningful to you, it will work better and it will work faster. My karma is immediate, so it's gonna work for me immediately. So I guess so, right? Like I'm really like reflecting on that statement now, and I'm realizing, man, that's true. That's so true. Whenever I do something shitty to myself, it shows up, boom, immediately, right afterwards, okay? It's wild, it happens immediately. So I gotta really put that positive vibe into the atmosphere so it comes back tenfold, baby, right? And this is why I create videos every day, content, sharing, giving. It's coming back to me infinity, okay? Infinitum. Oh, what a great word, infinitum. Shoosh. Man, somebody make a brand name like that or some shit, bro. I'll sponsor you, I don't give a fuck, okay? Infinitum. So let's start to understand that you are actually a creator, a god. Shout out Chamber of Gods, okay? I'm getting juicy, huh? I'm getting really fucking juicy, huh? I'm getting really juicy, huh? Man, soon enough. So yeah, bro. Any other questions? Like, I hope this was interactive, actually. I'm gonna do a live video next time and speak to y'all. Anything else about rituals? Disclaimer, I'm not an iconoclast, okay? Even though it may seem like that. Iconoclast is like someone who knocks over other people's idols. I actually am the opposite of that. I'll praise your idol, bro. I'll be like, yo, that guy's lit, right? Or that deity is awesome to work with. Like, I'm actually the opposite of that. Iconoclast or whatever. So a lot of people get into this condition of autopilot, right? They stop becoming conscious of the moment. They leave their focused intent. It's just gone, right? And it's almost got to remain in the background, bro. Like when you do a ritual, it symbolizes itself through your subconscious mind. So it's still holding on to you, right? It's still there in the background. It's just working underneath the surface, okay? Like for instance, brainwashing someone isn't that very succinct. Sometimes it takes 5 years for that karma to manifest all of a sudden. Like for instance, MK Ultra, right? One little code word and the guy goes into like a SWAT mode or something, right? That's the thing. We got to understand that the brain has a switch at times, and we can program ourselves to become certain individuals in certain ways. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Do not just choose traditional symbols, okay? I know you see the yin yang back there, and yeah, you can use the cross and these symbols are great, but when you create your own, it gives you such a power because you're literally creating the symbolic. That's like so meta, man. That's like you making abstraction out of abstraction. Let me tell you a quick state hack, right? A flow state hack. Erase your past. Erase it. Put a wall over it. It's done. Now you're just in the present and looking into, slightly peering over the edge of the future. That's your state, that's your time orientation that's going to serve you the best, at least from my experience of life. And again, like I said, I'm not an iconoclast, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, do this. You either in or you ain't. You either resonate or you don't. You're either in or you're out. I might look like an Indian Ken from the Barbie movie, but if you really get to know me, I'm somebody who's beyond this Messiah complex. Man, I'm pretty polarizing. Like, I am triggering to some people, and that's fine with me because you know what? If you're offended, that means you're on the edge of what you know. You are right on the edge right now. If I'm like, wake the fuck up, bro. You've been a lazy fucking scumbag for the past day. Get up, dust yourself off, and get to work. Okay, if I said it like that, right? If I offended you and you were like offended by that, that means that you have that same voice in your head, that disciplinarian voice, judging yourself. So really, you're on the edge of what you're used to on this channel, right? So you're getting new information, novelty at times, right? My videos, they reveal new, weird, intricate, eccentric shit, like in between, right? They're little gaps of it, or like gamma jumps, as I like to call it. So yeah, man, that's why I have no problems offending people. And people think that's a bad thing. Like, I don't think so, man. As long as I'm in my authenticity, not that I'm out to harm others or whatever, like, if I'm doing it and it's a character flaw, like, please tell me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to look into that. However, if it has nothing to do with the path that I'm already setting for myself and understanding, discard it. I'm just going to discard it, to be honest with you. And that's the philosophy that I've always lived by, you know, absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is uniquely your own. The best measure of truth is effectiveness, okay? One of the primary tenets of Primal Sutra. By the way, we have an adepts program where we teach you all these occult tools that are not meant to be spoken about. Oh, shh, everybody keep quiet. Oh no, we can't share all the secrets about the secret and the law of attraction. Oh no. Fuck off. Let me lead my own society. I'm going to create something more epic than anybody has ever seen. And that is the spirit of the champion, the spiritual champion, who's fighting this spiritual war, who's growing up and he's never been poor again. He not alone again. He not alone again. Back in his home again. Werewolf on phone again, rah rah. She on the cone again, she on the cone again, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, one thing is also banishing the space, right? So before the ritual, you want to banish the space, which basically just means clear the space to work, okay? So before the internal and external organization, there's a space cleaning. Just picking stuff up, dusting stuff off, you know, just getting yourself into that purified. Some people burn sage, some people have candles, whatever it is, right? Whatever you choose to do, make sure you set the intention to cleanse, okay, to purify in the beginning, because then you don't have any unwanted energies or frequencies that are being carried on. Let's say you left that crystal in another room where your parents are fighting. You're literally like, crystal is now like absorbed that energy. You need to recharge it, okay? You need to either like pause, take it out of that room, put it under water or something, leave it overnight underwater, you know, get it charged by the sun, get it running in an open stream. That's the best, man. That's when it activates fully. That's what I did with my citrine ones for the sacral chakra activations in Costa Rica. And man, I really sound like Hanzo from Zoolander right now, and I kind of look like him too, like the Indian version, huh? That's freaking wild to me, bro. Huh. Huh. Man, Chad Preet is really doing this, huh? That was so cringe. I loved it. Hey, what are you gonna do, man? I'm a product of this weird TikTok generation. You know what I mean? This TikTok generation, okay? And I'm not really sure how to respond to it because TikTok is banned in India. I don't know if you guys know that, but some issues with China or something like that. I don't even know what's up with that. TikTok is not a thing in India, guys. You see? That's why all these desi people be making reels, okay? They're making reels on Instagram, okay? They've switched platforms. So if someone can come up with a TikTok version for India, hey, ding, 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 business idea. Okay, you heard it here first, Flow State Activation. Link them to this channel, get them to subscribe, and I'll give them a free ebook or something. I don't know, like email me. I'll give you like one of my past ebooks, Transcend Mediocre or Pronoia Code, or I have a lot of those ebooks. Magic Nation, yeah, definitely. Powerful book. Lose the curse of the autopilot. By believing that you are a conscious being, you have choices. You have a will. Stop trying to use willpower and instead tap into your ironclad will. Okay, let's get it today. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, I would share it with one of your flomies, okay? And then you guys can get together and stream these on like giant platforms and then bring girls over to listen to this. It could be like a weird cult thing that we do, you know, all together. Every Sunday, you know, all the shamans, the neo-shamans, come together around the world, right? Bring all their women into an environment and they learn. This is church to them. They stream it on these live global digital platforms, okay? And they create holograms around the world where even starving kids in Nicaragua can view flow state activation. That is the vision, man. That's the vision. Hit that like, I was about to say hit that fidget spinner. I don't know why. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. We got this. You got this. We're all going to win. See you on the other side.